Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. I'm Roxanne Wilson.
And I'm Taryn Soa, your social media sidekick.
And we are so excited to have you here. We're doing something we've never, ever, ever done on the podcast before.
Call us crazy, but we're doing it.
We're doing it. It just felt right and we're doing it. We have a special guest, the first ever person on the podcast who happens to be from the corporate side of network marketing. What? Yes.
No.
True story. Not only is she from the corporate side, she's from a brand new business. Perhaps you've heard the name L'Occitane. Have you heard of L'Occitane, Taryn?
You know, I have. I Googled it and I have seen it everywhere.
Yeah, such good. So the almond mist, the almond body spray, the shower spray is it's so good, the almond oil, and the lotion and all the things. And you're probably wondering, why am I talking about that? Because just about 6 months ago, L'Occitane, been around for 45 years, decided they were going into the social selling space. That's right. Amazing. Mm-hmm. And so we have Stacia Waffen, who happens to be the field development director for My L'Occitane, here to just talk to us about that, about her. She's got great network marketing, direct selling experience, but just about what it's like to start up a brand new network marketing company that does obviously have an amazing reputation. So I cannot wait for you to hear from her. I have to tell you, I might have a little bit of a girl crush on her. She's fantastic.
Same.
Right?
I think same. I don't know how you're going to listen to this episode and not. So
that's actually a fact. So without further ado, let's dive in and let's hear a little bit from Stacia. Taryn.
Roxanne.
Hi. You know, I was thinking, you and I both just had birthdays in March. Well, yeah, you did. Happy birthday again and happy birthday to me. And I don't know about you, but when I have a birthday, I'm always like, what can I do to amp myself up? I want to make myself over. You ever have that feeling?
No, I usually want to hide, but I see where you're going. Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll work on that later. Well, I'm like this year for me, I want to be my best self. And just I was reevaluating everything that I was doing in a good way though. And I think it's important that every so often we do have that marker, whether it's the beginning of a new year or the beginning of our birth year, or just every, quarter, taking a moment and looking at what we're doing in life and changing it, including our Instagram.
Yes. Including that.
Yes. And I think that it's good to remember that your Instagram may not be who you are right now. Just like some things I have going on, I'm like, that's not me anymore. This is me instead. So my question to you all who are listening is, have you taken a look at your Instagram lately and asked yourself the big question? If I were my ideal target market, the person that I'm dream of joining my team or buying my product, would I even stop and hang out on that Instagram page?
Mm-hmm. Give it a good 10-second look. Are we staying or are we going?
Exactly. And if you aren't sure, if your stomach gets a little ugh, if you are not screaming the rooftops, yes, well, then you need to join us at the Instagram Makeover. It's happening again. And I'm so excited because it's time.
It is time. It's just like if you've gone to a department store recently, I don't know if anyone still shops in the stores. They got their spring looks. It's time, baby. So it's time to give our Instagram just a nice little spring brush through, refresh. And maybe you still have last spring up. So let's bring it up to 2022 spring.
Yes. It's time to feel 2022. I'm feeling 2022. You know how that goes. We'd love to invite you to join us. It is free. It's coming up this April, but registration is right now. In order to join us for the free makeover, girl, you're going to look good. You're going to be walking in New York, Times Square, like they do, with their new look. Just simply go to socialstoriesmembership.com/makeover. We'll see you there or hang out in the show notes and there'll be a link right there.
Can't wait.
Stacia Waffen, we are super excited to have you here on the podcast.
Ladies, I am pumped to be here with you.
I really feel like you're my people. And I just have this, which is weird because I don't usually say that about people who are Ohio State fans.
And you know what? I feel the same. And I would never say that about somebody who is from the state up north. So It's a good day.
State of North.
Neighbors from the north. I'm just saying the north is better. Go blue. There's that. How did March Madness work out for you? I forgot.
Oh, not great.
I'm just kidding.
It's been a rough sports year.
I was gonna say,
okay?
yeah, it has been. But it's
Across the board.
Yeah, about time though. Golly, we had to wait.
Yeah. Thank you for letting that happen. We needed some like relief, like just, it's like, okay, good. We lost.
So off topic, but when I was in Vegas, on the Thursday, which March Madness started, I was standing there at this bar, and there was guys behind me, and they're like, Michigan, and I turn around, I'm like, please tell me you're not talking about Michigan, and they all were Spartans fans. I'm like, I'm like Michigan girl, and they're like, oh. I go, yeah, and now you're gonna make fun of our coach. Like, no, the one thing we did like is when he punched the other guy. I was like, all right, we'll take what we can get. Alas, so this is super exciting. You know, you are the first person from the corporate side that we've ever had on the podcast.
That is like, I have all the feels about that. It's so exciting, and I'm so honored to be here.
Well, I think a couple of things. It just happened. It just felt right. And Taryn and I are big on like what feels great. But then also you happen to be with L'Occitane, which, can I just say, I've pronounced 80 gajillion ways over the years.
Yeah.
But I'm obsessed with the almond oil. So this is just me being personal right now. I'm going to need you to I need to find a rep, because I don't want to buy it from the store anymore. Now that I know it's, I need to find someone because I need more of that. But like, mind blown that, as you call it, Loxy, which I like that, is now in the direct selling world. Like, what?
Amazing. They saw the opportunity to really expand the brand, and saw the direction that retail was taking, and thought this is a great avenue for us to build the brand and expose more people and impact more lives. And that's one of the things I love most about the brand. And I could go on forever, but this entrepreneurial spirit of impacting lives all over the world. And I could talk for hours about that, but it really is super special that we've taken the leap here.
You know what else I think it does? I mean, it's great for you and for you as in Loxy, but it's also great for network marketing, because it gives credibility, which is something we always feel like we're trying to catch up on. And so when a company like Loxy comes and is like, okay, we're going to actually, in addition, have this network marketing arm, it's like, see, it is awesome. So
we're a multi-billion-dollar brand with a 45-year legacy jumping in to social selling. So I totally agree with you. And I think it just makes everything even more unique and special.
Mm-hmm. What did you do before you were with L'Occitane?
So I was with another direct sales company for 5 years as a field development manager. And then prior to that, I was actually in the field as a field leader with 2 different companies for about 6 years combined.
I feel like I would totally love you as my upline. I just feel that.
I have to tell you, like, team building is my jam. I love, and I think that's why I decided to make the move to go to the corporate side, because it's just like the ultimate team building upline experience. And I just love what I get to wake up and do every day.
That's amazing. I'm sure that you empower people in so many different ways. So what is it like starting though? Like, you're starting from zero.
Yeah.
And we call them associate. What do we?
They're Loxy consultants.
Loxy consultants. Was that scary to start from zero? What is that like? Because even though the retail side is huge, you're starting.
Right. It is, but it's not. It's kind of interesting. You know, we're such a relationship business, and L'Occitane boutiques and stores are really all about relationships. And if you've ever been in a store, you know that the store brand ambassador that you connected with worked really hard to help give you a really customized experience. And it's so similar to what a consultant in direct sales or network marketing does, that we made this transition beautifully into the social selling space. So we've kind of got this reciprocity between what we're doing in our retail brick and mortar stores and then what our Loxy consultants are also doing. But to get back to your original question, starting from zero is scary. I mean, there's no way around it. Not everybody has heard of L'Occitane, even though we're such an established brand. Unless you've got a boutique near you or you've seen the store in an airport, which is where most people recognize L'Occitane from, is airport travel.
Really?
It's crazy because we have the #1 selling hand cream in the world. We sell one every second.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. But
crazy.
still, there's such an opportunity here, specifically in the US, to build the brand and to meet new people and share the brand with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're digging in and we're gaining momentum. It's a lot starting from scratch, especially when the company doesn't have any network marketing experience at all. And they're very retail focused because retail is so different from direct sales. So I've found that we have amazing support from our C-level executives. And that is what made me say yes and drew me in. They're incredible. The buy-in, the desire to help everyone succeed and for this channel to ultimately grow and succeed is incredible. I love working with that team, and their support has been just integral in helping us get off the ground. But it's a lot of, I love it. It kind of reminds me of being back in the field, and it's the ultimate team building exercise of meeting new people and connecting. And we're kind of establishing our own brand of My L'Occitane within the L'Occitane umbrella, which is super exciting, but it's really truly starting from scratch in, hey, did you know that there's this opportunity that you now can be a consultant for one of your favorite brands or one of the biggest brands in self-care globally? So it's a big undertaking, but so much fun and so much excitement all at the same time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I can feel that. And to me, what's kind of standing out is because when Roxanne was telling me, like, we were bringing you on the show, and I was like, I've never really heard of that. And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I have. Mm-hmm. But it has felt, I don't want to say out of reach or like too luxurious. That's not but it's not local to me. So It didn't feel accessible. And so coming into network marketing and direct selling, and it's like, you're bringing it into people's homes. Like, now I can find it on social media and I can connect with someone that way instead of feeling like I got to get my kids in the car, drive 45 minutes over to our biggest city and go purchase it. So I love that. That sounds so exciting.
And I mean, something that I even learned and really didn't know, I always felt that the brand was elevated, but didn't really realize that there were products for everyone in my household within this brand. And that has been super special to me. That I did a Facebook Live last night in a virtual event for one of our teams. And my daughter, who will be 11 tomorrow, she popped on and she got to share her favorite products as a part of our live. It was so much fun. We really are a family brand. We're certainly an elevated brand, but for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite product? I just am curious.
Oh gosh. I mean, well, my favorite body care product is probably the Shea Ultra Rich Body Cream. Love that. I mean, obviously everybody loves the hand cream. My favorite skincare product, and the L'Occitane skincare was all new to me when I jumped on board, is our Reset Overnight Serum. So you can put this on and it's got our Immortelle in it, which is our version of retinol, but it's all natural, derived from essential oils. And you put it on at nighttime and wake up and the texture of your skin changes overnight. And it looks like you've gotten 10 hours of sleep. And I don't know about you ladies, I never get 10 hours of sleep. So I will take all the help I can get. So that is my new favorite for sure.
Yeah, I've been spoiled because I lived in Austin for 15 years and there was in the Domain. And I lived in the Domain for a while. I would just walk over there and get it. And then also from really home shopping, I would get, which PS, and by the way, I'm just gonna make a request. So the holiday season, they didn't do it this year I'm not going to say the name of the channel, but usually there's this big, like, it's the best thing ever. They have this Christmas holiday box that has like all of the little ones so you can give them to people and they're already in boxes. I can't tell you how many years I got it. So it's like 10 different things you can give to people. Can you guys have that with My L'Occitane?
So what I've heard, and I just heard this the other day, that holiday is going to be amazing this year. So stay tuned for holiday. And something cool, you can get all your L'Occitane favorites from your My L'Occitane consultant, but we also have some exclusive products just that our L'Oxy consultants can provide to you as well. So you want to make sure you connect with the consultant so that you get some of that exclusivity too.
Nice. I love that. And it's not lost on me that you named it My L'Occitane, because I love that how it's kind of like you can have your own piece of the business and the pie. It was very smart. Whoever put that together, tell them I say kudos on that.
I love it.
When I saw my sister's little sister also has a birthday in March, and we went to Oregon because there's wine country. Who knew? But it's big. And they both pulled out L'Occitane. I'm like, what? You guys use that now? Yeah, they did. I'm like, don't buy anymore. I'm going to find a person.
Yes. Yes. We will connect you with your local Loxy consultant.
Seriously.
For sure.
And I have to say, anyone listening who buys L'Occitane, stop. I'm going to say it because I can. Stop buying it from the retail store and find a consultant. And
here's the deal. You get a better deal by going through your Loxy consultant than you would in any store. Even with promo codes and all the stuff that e-com offers you, you get way better pricing. We do some little discounted bundles. We have a rewards program that is exclusive to My L'Occitane, way better shopping rates and deals when you shop through your Loxy consultant.
Nice. And even if that wasn't the case, I think we all know you're supporting someone who's supporting their business. So it's just like now, sorry, retail, we love you anyway, but come and find a consultant. I love that.
And not only are you supporting your Loxy consultant, but you're supporting, our Shea is sourced by 10,000 women in Burkina Faso that are, I
don't even know where that
are
is.
Farmers and our cultivators that we've partnered with as entrepreneurs.
Wow. And where is that? Where I don't even know where that is.
It's in Africa.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And that's just one example of the entrepreneurship of L'Occitane, where we're impacting lives, consultants' lives now across our country, but globally too.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your ideal? I have no idea what you're going to say, so I'm really curious. Who is your ideal Loxy consultant?
Oh, that's a great question. If you ask me, it's anyone. We have men, we have women, we have some new college girls that and I hate to say college girls, college women who just enrolled with us. Truly anyone who has a passion for impacting others, who maybe loves self-care or is into beauty and wants this little side hustle, or maybe they just want to carve something out for themselves. I know that's how I was when I got started. I had no intention. I was teaching at the local university and have a master's degree in public relations and business and professional speaking.
Wow.
I was not looking for a direct sales business, let alone a career. And here we are today. So truly, it's anyone.
When you said local university, I'm like, I hope she doesn't mean that Buckeye University.
No, I was not. I was at the University of Akron. I will name drop that. Go Zips.
Good. Well, we're okay with that one. I'm like, she did not just, no, just kidding.
No.
And because you're in the corporate world, it's because the people listening to the podcast might be like, she let her say anyone and she's shaking her head. Yes, because she's corporate. So absolutely. Corporate does want everyone.
Yeah.
And then of course you're niching down to figure out who your target market is as a consultant or as. Let me ask you this though. I have to ask because it would be wrong for me not. What are you guys doing to make sure you have diversity?
That's a great question. And I think we're still honestly trying to figure that out. We're reaching out to, and so much of our efforts right now are grassroots. Yeah. And we have a really small, even though we're a large corporate entity, we have a really small social selling team. So we're really working hard as individuals to connect with a diverse group of people. So if you pay attention at all to L'Occitane's marketing and any of the advertising materials that are out there, you'll see diversity. I had a virtual background up when we first started, and I know listeners can't see that, but if you had looked closely at the group of people in the picture, you would have seen a very diverse group of individuals. And that's truly one of our core values is diversity. And we want to make sure that even into our compensation plan, and I don't want to go into comp plan, but our comp plan is geared towards diversity and just even a diversity in how we do things and doing things differently. So we do attract a different group of people and making sure that it's super inclusive of where everyone's needs are going to be met.
That's awesome. I feel like any new company has a chance to get it right because really we haven't as a channel gotten it right so many times. And then you see companies, once they're like, oh, we've made it, we can do this. Then going, oh, now we want everyone here. And it's really hard to do that from, after the fact.
Yeah.
I do believe it's something that has to come from corporate and from the field at the same time. And you kind of meet in the middle. So it's not all on corporate, but of course, like even just what you said, the marketing makes a difference. If you don't see yourself, you don't feel like you belong.
It does. And, the company I was with previously, that was something that was always a struggle, but we were a legacy company and had been around a long time. And you're so right. It's got to start now. And that is one of our primary focuses. I'm really proud to say we're building out our Founders Circle group right now. And our first Founders Circle member is a male.
Wow.
So I think that's really special. And it's kind of a top down, bottom up approach that we're all locked arms in, really making sure that we are truly attracting anyone and everyone.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I cheer you on in that. I know it's an ongoing thing that needs to be focused on constantly.
Absolutely.
I'm happy that you guys are focused on that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to social media, I'm just curious, how do you go about, I know everything is new, but how do you go about really encouraging and empowering your associates to use social media?
Yeah. So if you've paid attention to the MyLoxaton Instagram or Facebook pages at all, you see my face a lot. So a lot of it is leading by example. And I mean, I'm getting down and dirty and doing reels and pushing myself super far out of my comfort zone. My 10, almost 11-year-old daughter really is championing me in that regard. So she was homesick a couple of Fridays ago, and Friday is content day for me, where I will lock myself in my office and get the ring light out and do all the content. And she was just laughing at me and poking fun. I was struggling with this one reel. So a lot of it is leading by example and showing up. But we also provide a lot of social media content for our consultants. So we call it 30 Days to Impact. That is a 30-day guide, step-by-step, to launching your business, one post a day at a time, launching your business on social media. So how to build your audience and create the excitement and anticipation, and then sharing information about the brand and who we are. We also provide a monthly content calendar just to try and take the weight off of, you can get lost in Canva and image creation and get paralyzed when you have to think of all the things. And we want you out there. We want our consultants to be able to run their business and focus on building relationships, not worry about, gosh, what am I going to post on social today? What's the right messaging? So we provide that fresh every month for all of our consultants. And we do a monthly training that helps walk them through. And we do the same thing when we kick off our new consultants, just showing them the ropes and helping them build their confidence on their social platforms.
That's awesome.
So do you guys put like a pretty big emphasis on social media to grow their business, or do you have other avenues?
We do. And I wouldn't say that it's a heavy emphasis. It's all what you want it to be. And what I've seen in this short amount of time with the small group of consultants that we have is that we really have developed this hybrid kind of elevated business model, where if somebody wants to really be heavy in the social selling piece and rely on that, great. Go, here's your tools. We're going to help you do it. We'll partner with you in that, and you can have great success in that avenue. If you want to do virtual events or you want to do in-person events, we call them soirees because that sounds way more fun to me. So if you want to do like the world's opening up, we can get together. I'm old school and I love a good old fashioned get together, like muffins and mimosas on a Saturday morning. We've got consultants that are doing that. We've got consultants that are kind of just doing this one-on-one consultation, self-care kind of consultation business. And some that are mixing and mashing it all up, and everyone is having success. So I would say we do heavily rely on social media, but consultants certainly don't have to. We have a group of consultants that aren't on Facebook. And I was like, whoa, hold the phone. What? You're not on Facebook? And they're like, no, we just choose not to be. And they're having great success without even being on Facebook.
I mean, I can see that. I really believe that if you choose to do social media, and of course it helps, I obviously love social media, but you can pick one platform and lead into that one platform.
Yes. And that's really my emphasis with the consultants when I'm working with them is choose your one, find the one where your target audience is, where your people live, and be really good at the one. You don't need to be great on everything. You don't even need to be on everything. Just find the one that works for you.
Yeah. I think that's so smart. People are feeling like, oh, do I need to be on TikTok? And it's like, do you like videos?
Yeah. Do you want to make entertaining, funny content every day?
Yeah. The thought of that exhausts me. So I would never want to tell
I have people who love it. Yeah. Like some people it's just their jam. It just comes easy to them. And you're like, sure, go hang out over there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to support and love on those people too. But the thought of that, like doing that day in and day out, I just mentally can't wrap my brain around it.
Yeah.
I'm not that funny. Like I don't have that much.
That's funny. So, where do you see L'Occitane a year from now? Which will be a year and like maybe 4 or 5 months, 6 months, maybe.
Yeah, we launched in September, or really technically late August. It's going to blow up, and we're just on the cusp we've started to pick up the momentum and the excitement and the words getting out that there's this new opportunity here with this multi-billion-dollar brand. So I see us, really growing. We've got I wish I could share the things that are coming down the road and
you won't tell us
there.
We won't tell anyone.
But we're on the cusp of really cracking this thing open, and it's going to be big.
That's amazing. You're international, right? I'm assuming since the products are international. Are you just US right now?
We are just US now. We do have international expansion plans.
Awesome. Well, because your products are already accepted internationally. So it's pretty easy. That's usually the barrier to entry for a lot of networks.
Right.
Exciting. So you're going to be global.
Are you guys going to keep retail for a while?
Retail's not going anywhere. So obviously with COVID and all the things, retail took a hit. And we've done some revising, and I love that some of our very successful boutiques are getting some renovations and facelifts. And this is just an addition to in the L'Occitane umbrella. So you've got the retail brick and mortar that people love. You've got the e-com, and now you've got the social selling channel as well.
And let me just clarify, because I'm curious, because I did look for a Loxy consultant, but it's just, I'm like, I want to pick the right person. I know they're all wonderful, but I just was like, so it showed where their location was, where they live, like the city. Is it territory wide, or is it, okay, it's just like if you want someone in your area?
Yep. If you want somebody in your area, and I'll tell you, you may struggle to find somebody, quote, in your area right now, because we're still so tiny.
Yeah. There were a lot I'm in Irvine, California. I was like, oh my gosh, there's more than one. I was hoping there'd be one. I'm like, okay. I'm like, wait, there's more than one. How do I do
And that blows my mind that there's more than one in your small little area. Not that Irvine is small, but
in Southern California, it was in that area. Like,
yeah. We're still under 500 consultants.
Seriously?
That's how tiny we are.
Oh, that's a great opportunity for people who are looking for joining a business. Because I get a lot of people who ask me, like, I'm looking for a company. Where should I go? And I'm always like, well, what do you like to do? Because I think like the second time around, so much more.
Yes. I was just telling somebody that yesterday, my second time around, my first company closed, and I didn't want to leave and didn't want to move on. And luckily I was smart enough to kind of see the writing on the wall and prepare myself to make a transition before it actually totally ended. But it's so empowering the second time around. Like the first time you just dive in and you're like, oh, I'm going to give this a try. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, this is my career, and I have knowledge and experience that I can really make a great decision this time.
100% agree with you. A lot of times people join, oh, I went to a party, or my friend said this, or I just, and I don't even like whatever, but it gave me a transformation. I'm like, that's probably not the ideal place for you to be.
Yeah. Yes. And that's how,
guilty.
Same. I never went to a party. I was with a costume jewelry company, and I wore my wedding rings and tiny little stud earrings, and that was it. And then I went to rocking these like statement necklaces, and it was like literal transformation of me.
I always say, like, if you're vegan and you sell beef jerky, we probably need to find it. Makes it really hard on social media for it to make sense, or for anyone. So let's
pretty inauthentic there. Yeah.
The second time around, and you know what questions to ask for you when you're joining a team. It just is so different. I can see why L'Occitane would be very because you have a brand. Because it's not proving to someone, hey, the product works. The products work. Let's be real. So you have 45 years of proof. It's just a matter of, hey, if this works for you, it's an easy, like the confidence is already there. I also feel like it's easy for people who are worried about what if people are, like, oh, I hope they get good results.
And you know what's funny that you say that, because my second time around, I went with a startup, and it happens that startup has done very, very well since they've moved forward. But I can remember my family going, really, are you sure? Are you sure that's what you want to do? Like, there's so many other options. I had finally gotten them bought into me being in direct selling and having success. And they were like, really, a startup? So I totally get what you're saying there.
Yeah. I see that. Like, I have a kind of a real life example going on right now of someone that I know is like in this new company and like starting to share these products, but I'm like, well, where did they come from? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whereas with L'Occitane, it's like, I'm not part of the but like there's 45 years of like backing. So that kind of puts that like hurdle down for some people, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I think it's cool when you talk about our products. And this is something new I learned very recently, that we own the entire process from farm to lab to the end product. So we are constantly iterating and revising our products. I was talking to a gentleman, Simon, who is on our social selling team now, but he came from one of the stores. He was a store manager, and he was telling me, he's so knowledgeable, and was telling me, he was like, oh, Stacia, he goes, I can't tell you how many revisions and iterations of products that I've experienced in my 3 or 4 years with the company. So always looking to improve, always looking to make sure that we're providing the best product on the market that still performs to our expectations.
Phenomenal. Now, I noticed you use the word social selling a lot. That is the official term that you all use.
It is.
Okay. But you don't shy away from it's in the direct selling. I like that you're like, So you're proud to be in direct selling, but you use
Absolutely. My roots, like, I will tell you, I am a party plan in person kind of girl, and you'll never take that out of me. Anyway, I can like dabble in that still a little bit for sure, but we don't want to detour anybody who's like, I'm not doing parties and that's not my jam.
Yeah, for sure.
I used to love going to those. I feel like in our area, it doesn't happen as often. And I'm like, will someone invite me to, like, we used to do cabbie parties all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's so fun. Like trying on clothes. And it was
I used to work out with a gal who is a cabbie consultant. So yeah, I'm always in for a good in-person party if anybody ever has one.
I shake my head because this podcast, since Taryn has joined, has become hey, if anyone has this, will you please DM me? And literally she's starting to get, so now she's like, I haven't been invited to a party. I'm like, now she's going to get 10 DMs to go to parties near her. That's going to happen.
Well, and yes, that is so funny. And I am getting a lot of DMs right now, but I just keep getting invited to like the Facebook group party, and I just am not having fun in those. I want a real party.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But if you're going to have a party, please tell people that they're having a party. I still am marred from a party I went to. My friend's like, come over, we're going to hang out. And it was and I'm like, wait, what?
Yes.
Like, just say so. Like, if you're going to give me a glass of wine, like, I'm totally cool to come and hang and hear what the person has to share and check it out. But yes, please tell me what I'm coming over for.
Please tell me what I'm coming over. I'm like, what are all these people doing here? What is happening? I will come to your party. Now I'm going to get DMs. Here we go. Well, just let me know what it is. So would you say is there anything that you guys are doing differently that you want to let's hear it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll be super honest and super real. We're not title focused at all. So we only have 4 titles in our compensation plan that our consultants can work through. And I'm so proud. We had our first level 2 leader meet that achievement last night. So excited and so proud of her, but we're not title focused. We want people to define their own level of success and define what success means to them, and not be worried about, oh, did I make my title requirements this month? Did I do this? So it's a very rich compensation plan, and you get rewarded for the work that you want to do, not by achieving some random title that some corporate person has given you. So that is one thing that we're doing that's very different.
Okay. So, do I have to build a team to make money?
No, ma'am. And that is another thing that I absolutely love. We have some huge bonuses, and I'll probably get in trouble for saying that, but really great bonus opportunities for those who just love the product and want to share it with family and friends and do it consistently. There's a great income to be made in that route. And of course, you can make a very good income by building a team, but never a requirement.
Nice. I think I always love that because there's people are energetically one way or the other or hybrid, and that's okay. I think sometimes in network marketing, we try and make people who they're not, or we don't give credence to the fact that if you can sell a ton, that is pretty amazing.
Absolutely. And you should be rewarded for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
and that's what I think is cool by not having like all those titles and things to work for. You can still quote advance through the career plan without building this huge team. You can have 2 or 3 power sellers and yourself combined, and you guys could skyrocket to the top without amassing a 1,000-person organization. So it's pretty special.
That is very exciting. I think that's meeting people where they are and understanding with so many people leaving the workforce who do want to do something, but they may not want to build a team. They might want to sell a product that they love. P.S. And by the way, sidebar, my sister who's in medicine sent me an article she saw and she's like, oh my goodness, Forbes magazine, it came out, I don't know, in the last month or so, said that by 2025, 75% of medical workers will have left the field.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me. I know a handful of women who are CRNAs, and I'm just going to call it out because that's what they are. And they are building some amazing direct selling businesses and blowing their a CRNA is a great job, great income associated with that, terrible hours. I mean, our medical field right now is beat up and battered and bruised. They are blowing that career out of the water and in the field of direct selling. So, I mean, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree too. I mean, I come from medical field and I got out before the pandemic and there's no way I could have, like, so much kudos to the people who were there and showing up, because I don't think I could have done it with the risks that I would potentially bring into my family. Like, that is,
and the stress.
It's crazy.
And
stress.
I mean, it's a lot.
It's already stressful. It's already a stressful, field. And then add all of that in the mix. And I think people too are realizing we don't, and maybe this is like, not everyone's meant to work like all these hours. And that's how we kind of position it sometimes. Like, you go and we all have to work 12-hour days and that's just what we do. And like, that's my husband's mindset. Like, he's back to work after leaving the workforce. And there is another way that you can run a business.
Yeah.
Quality of life is huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
And so I love that you all realize that more people are leaving the workforce and they want options, and maybe they don't want the same old from direct selling. They want to know that they can, and they may do it and go, hey, I do want to build a team, and that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
But I think you attract more people by showing them that they can do it either way, and then they can figure it out.
Yeah. And I think it's a beauty of our industry is that life changes. And maybe when I started, I didn't want to build a team, but I've stuck around and I'm consistently doing my thing. And now I kind of do want to build a team, or vice versa. I did build a team and now I just really love the product and love the company and just want to share that. And it lends itself beautifully both ways.
Absolutely. So are there any trips incentive-wise?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm so excited about this. And I would love your feedback on this. We did something different for our very first incentive trip. It was a 3-month earning period and we called it Choose Your Own Adventure. So it's not a set date. It's not a set location. You get to travel. We provide an airfare voucher, hotel voucher, and spending money, essentially. And you get to design your own trip. And the ending period ends at the end of this month, end of March, but our consultants are loving it.
That's awesome.
So you could, as a consultant, go as a group with
other
consultants, or you can go by yourself for all us introverted people.
You can take whoever you want. You could take another consultant with you if that fit within your budget of all of your vouchers that you've got. You can go wherever you want. Nobody's telling you when you have to travel. I thought it was pretty special.
Mm-hmm. That is pretty special.
That is so
I mean,
fun.
I do think there's value in bringing everyone together, but you know what you're doing as well too, is you're giving them choice. So you're kind of figuring out what do people love and we're meeting where you're at, but also, the notion of, and it was really Scott who, I don't remember what trip, it was like I don't know, it was on trip, whatever number. He finally was like, I don't love these trips. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they make us sit there and they have a room for the guys. And it's like, how can you support your woman and in her endeavor? And it's like there's all these meetings. And by the third one, like he had his group of guy friends and they would all just tell us, we're not going, and they did go do whatever. But the thought process that you win something and then you have to go to training is kind of odd.
A little skewed there for sure. But we are going to roll a new incentive trip out here very soon. Our consultants don't know about that yet. So we've got another one coming this year.
Oh, good. So that new people coming in still have a chance.
Yes. Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with little training, but I do applaud those who make it less training, more fun.
And I totally agree with you. And I know exactly what your husband was feeling there too. I can remember I took my mom and my aunt with me on a trip that I had earned as a consultant. And they're like, why are you always in meetings? I thought this was vacation. And I was like, yeah, but I'm having fun. I'm with my people. And there's something to be said about being with your people. But yeah, it's also supposed to be vacation.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this has been fantastic. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for L'Occitane, for MyLoxy consultants, and I'm going to get a MyLoxy consultant.
Yes.
By the way, that's happening.
Yes, I can absolutely help you out with that.
I would love some help with that. And I just, again, welcome to the channel. We're happy to have you here. We wish you all the success in the world. Lean on us if you need anything. We're here. We love you. So just want to let you guys know.
Thank you. Thanks, ladies, for inviting me on and allowing me to share. And I am so thrilled that we are here to welcome everyone with open arms.
100%. Now, if we want to find you, where should we find you on the gram?
If you want to find me personally, I'm at Stacia, and it's Stacia 53 on Instagram. And also I am the blonde face on the @MyLoxitane Instagram as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks, ladies.
I warned you. We did the girl crush alert. We might need to have a girl crush alert.
Yeah. Does your little board do something like alert?
Not that one. Not that one.
Not that one.
Hang on. I got it. Maybe.
No.
Can't turn them off. Not that one. There it is.
Girl crush.
Girl crush. We love Stacia. That was amazing. I hope you got some great information. Hey, if you have questions about MyLoxitane, I do hope you just reach out to her and ask her. It's always interesting when a new company comes into the field, and maybe you were looking for a new company and your answers have now been given to you. Your questions have now been answered is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, you're welcome. What's going on in your world, my dear?
We're recording this a few days before my B-Day.
Hey.
Woo! And I literally have no plans. It's on a Saturday. And everyone in my family is kind of busy. And to my fault, I haven't really asked anyone to do anything. And my husband's working. So I'm like, what am I going to do?
You're hanging with the kids. You had this problem 3 weeks ago on the podcast. We talked about it.
I know. And you guys, I did nothing about it.
Well, maybe that you weren't meant to. Maybe you're supposed to relax with the kids.
Yes, exactly. Because last year we did it up big. We did San Diego, 10 days, gorgeous resort. We had so much fun. And this one just feels like I'm going to go to a fish fry on Friday, eat some fried perch, and, might just call it a day.
There you go. But I did what I said I was going to do on the podcast.
Yes. Yes. I have a spa day in my future. Yay! I am so excited. You guys, I wish you would have been a fly on the wall for me calling all the spas in our area and asking them if they're a true spa, because they had literally no idea what I was talking about. They thought I was insane. And then finally I landed on one and she's like, yeah, we're the only one in the area.
So she
like
knew,
this.
see, if you know, you know. See, little backstory. When we decided that spa thing was going to happen for her birthday, my gift for her birthday, I was like, she's like, great. And she sent me this one. I'm like, this is not a spa. This is like a place where they have a massage in the background. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So we both went on our own little research to find spas. What I've learned is in Michigan, where you live, that's not like a thing. It was actually, or some of them closed because of COVID. It was like, oh my gosh. So finally, when I went off to vacation, I was like, Taryn, your homework is to fix. We spend like time on the phone together. We
literally spent like 45 minutes looking for one.
I was like, we'll start with our Q. Finally, I'm like, we need to do our Q2 planning.
Yes.
So then you had the homework and you're like, I picked one. So I'm just curious, these people you called it and you asked, is it a real spa? Were they offended or did they not know what a real spa was?
No, it was like that sound you just made, like, like
when the one that was or when that wasn't?
The one that was. That's what it felt like. Like she just instantly like felt so warming. And she's like, I just can't wait to see you. No matter what, like you purchase, you get access to all their like spa roomy things. I don't even know because I've never been. So I don't know. And I get to wear a robe the whole time. And there's like champagne and tea. And I'm like, I feel like this is a new me. This is a new version of Taryn is a spa woman.
I'm so excited for you. Look at the spa packages too, because they have some like day pack. Look at the packages. There's a couple. Yeah. Just enjoy the whole thing and turn off and just, I'm so excited for you. Like I really am. I'm learning though from saying that. Someone else said, I've never been to a true spa before. I'm like, oh, I thought that was a thing. No. Where are you people getting these massages?
At the nail salon.
That is not a spa. That is not a spa. So I want to empower everyone to go to a real spa and have a real moment.
Yes.
Which, since we're talking about it, Scott, remember he came with me to the spa in Vegas and he didn't know what he's getting done. And he just saw him, it said cocoon. And so when he went back, we both went back and she explained it to him. So when he came back, like, and then we went to dressing rooms, in the locker rooms, and I get this text from him. I was like, that was freaking awesome. He was like, it was amazing. I said, what was the best thing of the trip? He's like the cocoon. He loved it, which I knew he would because he's Metro and meathead. So the Metro part of him was like, yes. But
he just wanted to be like pampered and loved on, like just wrapped in this warm, cozy.
Yes.
Sounds amazing.
And yesterday I said to him, I go, do you realize this time last week we were getting cocoon? He's like, oh, I know. He's like, I totally remember.
Should you guys reenact it tonight? Like just turn up the heat, like wrap some cozy blankets around you guys and just pretend like you're in a little cocoon.
It's not the same. And here's the other thing. Our personal trainer, I forgot to tell you this, she, at the end of the training session, you know what she did? She got a Theragun and she massaged him with the Theragun. And she's trying to encourage me. I'm like, we're not buying one of those because then I have to do all the massaging. Ain't doing it, not doing it. No.
Yeah. He won't do it back to you, will he?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know if not as much as I'll do it to him.
Yes. Yeah. I know how that goes.
You know how that goes.
My husband needs a whole body rub. And I'm like, oh, my back just needs like a little itch. And literally I just get like a little
itch,
little scratch. And I'm like, no.
What is that about? Yeah, we love them, but really,
we do
guys,
love them.
We do love them. So I cannot wait. You have to tell us about the whole experience when you have it set up and all the things. And I know that your birthday may be chill this year, but enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. I will. Thank you so much. It'll be great.
Good. We love you. It's time for us to say goodbye.
Already so soon.
I know. We've had such a good time with you guys today. Next week, we have some exciting things coming up, so do not miss it. Thanks for listening to an episode of Roxtalks. And oh, by the way, I want to remind everyone, we have moved. So if you're subscribed to us in the before last week, please resubscribe just in case so you never miss an episode of Roxtalks and all the goodness that we have. Thanks for listening to Roxtalks. You're not ahead. You're not behind. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And we'll see you next week for another episode.
See you next week.
Bye, everyone.